Lord, this is Scott. It's a blessing to be here with you today. I just want to go ahead and share with you what God has placed upon my heart. And hopefully, as the word comes unto you, it can be a blessing unto you and move upon you in the spirit in a way that will, again, help. And what I'd like to look at today is I'll look at James. When we look at chapter 1 and where he talks about how the trying of our faith. When we look at here, he says in verse 2 and 3, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith works patience. And then 4, but let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect, entire, wanting nothing." And then last, in 5, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God that gives to all men liberally, upbraids not, and it shall be given him." I want to, help us understand about how, about us being made perfect, coming to the place. Now, when I say perfect, talking about being mature in the spirit. Paul said to the Philippians, we need to move on. Let us move on to perfection. He also, the one who wrote Hebrews, who they sometimes, many believe it was Paul, he says, let us move on to perfection. So we need to come to the place where we reach perfection, and meaning to that place of spiritual maturity. One of the things that we need to understand is that part of that maturity has to do with patience. Part of that maturity has to be able to endure. Tribulation works patience. Patience works experience. Experience works hope. And hope is made not ashamed, but out of the love of God is spread abroad unto us. And so we have to look for that time that we will be tried, the time we will be to endure the tribulations. But know that that is actually developing us. That is helping us come to the place of maturity where we can live out a life of faith in God, where we can live out a life that is in the grace of God, where we see the power to overcome as we continue to press forward. And we will come to the place where we are content. When we're content and we know that we have everything that we need. God, we have to understand, He is our Father. He is the Father. As we look further down here, and we will find that He, who is our Father, the Father of lights, the blessings that He has for us, it cannot be compared. It is immeasurable. You can't count all the blessings that there are to receive within the kingdom of God. And guess what? Even when we are tried, that also is a blessing. Paul says, "In all things give thanks, in all things rejoice." How can being tried be a blessing? Because it is in those times that we are made. We are made. That is why we have to be put on the potter's wheel, where He can break us, shape us, make us, and mold us into who we are to become in God. That is part of it. And so we want to thank everything that God has to give us at all times and in all situations. Because the Father of lights, everything that He brings to us, they are blessings. They are gifts from Him. So one of those things is to help us to come to the place as we move on to perfection, to grow into the fruit of righteousness, to become those trees of righteousness, as He mentions in Isaiah 61. The fruit of righteousness, the fruit of the Spirit, walking in the love of God, walking in that faith, walking in that joy, walking in the peace, so that we can then be a vessel of His that He can use for His glory, to help reach a lost world that is looking for the love that does not know, to help the broken, to bring healing, to bring deliverance to the brokenhearted. Again, for those who do not know what life is, but are waiting to be brought out of that darkness, to see one of us to bring forth the light, for we have been made to be the lights of the world. So take it, make it a blessing, count it as a blessing when you are able, to be tried, when you are able, because God is trying us and He's proving us and He's making us for the sake of His glory. God bless you.